Good morning, Britain. Labour celebrates, Conservatives commiserate, and the Lib Dems can't stop smiling. It's been a night of dramas in the local elections, and in the past hour, Labour has taken control of the London Borough of Westminster, turning around decades of political history. And that follows earlier successes for Labour in Wandsworth and Barnet, which they've claimed from the Tories.
So, Kate, it is a hat-trick for Labour here in London. At Westminster, they have taken this seat for the first time since 1964. But I've been asking the Labour team here just how on earth are they going to help us all with the cost of living crisis?
Well, we're just getting the final results here in Barnet, but Labour knows it's taken control of this council for the first time since it was formed in 1964. It's a very bad night here for the Tories. The Conservative leader in Barnet saying it's been a perfect storm of the cost of living crisis, Partygate and Tory leadership integrity.
Currently, the Conservatives are losing around 1 in 6 of the seats they've been defending, losses which many in the party feared would be much worse.
Boris Johnson may be feeling quietly confident this morning. Yes, there are some signs that voters are falling out of love with him, but there's not enough proof so far that they're falling in love with Keir Starmer, and celebrations from the Lib Dems, who've had a great set of results so far.
It's a rapidly changing story this morning. Our correspondents will be bringing you all the latest developments as they happen from key locations across the country. Also coming up.
Батько наш Бандера, Україна мати, ми за Україну підем воювати. Батько наш Бандера.
Singing defiantly, the soldiers trapped in the Azovstal steelworks in Mariupol defy demands from Vladimir Putin to surrender. A third operation to rescue civilians is due to start any moment now.
Joy for Rangers as they beat RB Leipzig to reach the final of the Europa League. But despair for West Ham after losing the other semi-final to Frankfurt. Both defender Aaron Cresswell and manager David Moyes were sent off.
Through a man called John Strong, I have a direct line to Princess Di.
And Hollywood royalty, Glenn Close, discovers she's related to real royalty. Richard has more in 10 minutes.
Friday, 6th of May, 2022. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shephard and Kate Garraway.
But first this morning, well, it has been a dramatic night in the local elections. Let's take a look at the story as it stands, of course, because there's many more results to come in. More than half of English councils where elections were held have been counting overnight, with the rest beginning this morning. And there have been historic wins for the Labour Party as it gains control of 3 flagship Conservative London boroughs, Westminster City Council and Wandsworth and Barnet Borough Council. Now, this is the first time Labour has ever won Barnet, has ever won Westminster, since both councils were created in the 1960s.
So far, the Lib Dems have gained the most seats of any party and crucially have won Hull from Labour in the first change of control of the night.
The Green Party have had a good night too, taking 23 seats across England.
And council seats are up for grabs across the whole of Scotland and Wales. Meanwhile, Sinn Féin and the DUP are battling it out to be the largest party in the Northern Ireland Assembly.
So, let's take a look in a bit more detail. Our political correspondent Louisa James is in Downing Street, Jonathan Swain is in Westminster, and Richard Gaisford is in Barnet. We're going to speak to them all in a moment, but Lorna Shaddick will give you the story so far.
London all in.